Hello again, successful business networkers and those who wish to be. Welcome to the Mike Hayes free correspondence school of AI business networking, media, and marketing peer-to-peer research results, aka the AIbusinessnetworking.com YouTube channel. Today, I'm checking in and following up on what's working and what's not. So we want to hear from you one way or the other by contacting me or simply by filling in our short research form to tell us what's working for you or what's not. What are you struggling with? Or if you are doing something successful in your networking and you want to share it on our YouTube channel, fill in the form and tell me what you're doing. The key to the future is marketing research and development. We've got to find out what is working by sharing with our peers, not these quick networking drive-by hits where we're not really learning that much, but really we want to have the chance to share. So I've created an AI Supercampus that is focused on peer-to-peer research about what is working, about free courses, correspondence courses that I want to share with you on the YouTube channel and in the AI Business Networking Super channel, which is free. So please visit us, please feedback and share so we can help each other. In the era of AI, things are changing so fast. We really need to rely on each other and on networking, but just going to Zoom speed networking events that doesn't really teach us, that doesn't really help us. We need to dig down more, and we need to have a better idea of what's working and the common sense along with AI and AI communication. There are some amazing new technologies, but which ones are working and which ones aren't? So I kind of look at these a little bit like AI audibles or chalk talks. But you can test me. Just send me your question or fill in the form and tell me what you're doing that is working. And I'd love to feature you on our YouTube channel, and I'd love to share your research. So what we really need today is media marketing research to stop wasting so much time. So we want to help unlock the power of free AI, networking, media, marketing, and peer-to-peer research report. So help us all unleash your potential by sharing information and by tapping into the synergy of AI business networking, social media, and marketing research. Share and discover insights from your peers to elevate your strategies and drive lasting success and prosperity for all of us. So if you are a business networker of any kind, maybe you're an entrepreneur, a small business owner, a professional who would like to improve your networking results and help take you anywhere you want to go. Maybe that's on LinkedIn, maybe that's on Meetup, maybe that's on Alignable, maybe that's on Instagram, wherever you want to go. Let's all help each other to get there and share with free correspondence course on our AI Supercampus, but help us with your feedback. We can't know what course is right for you or develop the right course unless you can tell us what you really, really need. So through networking, I can point you to the right people that can help you get to where you want to go. So share, take 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Just give us some feedback. If you want to be on the show, tell me what you are doing that's working or how you can help others. Let us know. It doesn't take you long, but we want to connect with you. We're redefining what AI business networking is all about, but we need to do it with your help and your common sense. So let's share information. We can put it into AI, use the form to find out what is the common ground between us that will really help us all reach common wealth. Thanks for listening, and please share. I hope you'll like this video. I hope you'll share it. Send it to somebody who would love to be on the show that's doing something successful. Let's all connect. That's how we can really help each other. So my friend Joe is in here. I don't know if you guys know Joe Ivanetti from Walnut Creek. You guys know Joe?
I have never met Joe.
Okay. Well,
Hi, buddy.
you are about
Hello.
to meet an interesting man. Now look at that hair on him. He looks like a brilliant guy, and he is. He's multi-talented. He does a lot of stuff. He's an old friend, and Joe and I always have a good time together, both in person and online. Craig, I always love seeing Craig.
How you doing, Mike? Good to see you.
Puts a smile on my face, and he's great.
We
I'm,
got
I'm
Nelson here as well. All right.
yeah. So uh, I made Tommy the co-host, so I'm gonna let everybody network. But I got to give you guys a really cool update about things. It's a big change in strategy, but it has to do with AI. So, as I say, I didn't invent AI. I just observe it and report it. And it is changing things at the speed of TV news and at the speed of sound. So it's just mind-boggling. And so you have to go with the flow. That's why I also teach AI audibles. And AI audibles are like a coach or a quarterback calling an audible at the line of scrimmage when you see things shaping up. Hey, Breck, and I'm going to let everybody network here shortly. This is a speed networking event, but it is a speed networking event that, in my opinion, has to change because of AI business networking. And what I've realized and what I've experienced, even with my own chamber and the city of Lafayette, everybody's so busy. Oh, I don't have time. We got to keep it short. But they don't have time to learn anything or hear anything. And yet with AI, you have to. We have to be lifelong learners. So I've really been focusing on how can we solve this big problem. And so what I did is I came up with the concept of creating the Mike Hayes free correspondence school of AI business networking, media, and marketing. Oh, Eva's here from Concord. Oh, that's wonderful. Concord, good. And media marketing, peer-to-peer research, because what people don't know is research about AI, what's working and what's not. I mean, we can all just go off blindly and listen to some guy who's been, through a weekend seminar on AI and says he's the world's, greatest expert, or we can do market research and listen in peer-to-peer. So that's what I really want to do is interview people about what's working and what's not working. So I'm focusing on the Mike Hayes Correspondence School of AI Broadcasting. I have the YouTube channel. I have the Supercampus. And what I really want to concentrate on is now if you go to AI Business Networking, and I'll put the link in the chat, there's a form. And so I'd love to interview you about whatever is working in your life. And if you can tell me, so we can educate people with research, peer-to-peer research, what is actually working, not just the online gurus who pitch us on stuff until they're blue in the face and then they're in their white tower and you never see them again. And they don't seem to be responsible to anybody about anything. So we want to change that. We want to network. But here's what I came up with, guys. This is brilliant. And it is brilliant, but it's not from me. It's from AI. So AI really told me that I needed to concentrate on research, market research. And people really aren't concentrating on market research. They're just kind of shooting blind. And Ron Horry is here. Some really great people are here, I got to tell you. But what we want to do is we want to stop shooting blind. We want to concentrate on what you are doing that is actually working. Or if what you are doing is not working, that's fine too. I want to report on what's working and what's not working. So we can share with people, do this, don't do that. Or so-and-so says this isn't working. And now here's the really cool thing. There is an app, and I'm going to share the link with you because I am an affiliate, and it's free or $15 a month. So you can use the free version, or you can use the really low cost paid version. But it's going to blow your mind when you see it. I promise you, it's like something you've never seen before. You kind of your jaw drops when you see it at work. What it does is it creates instant presentations. illustrations, which is perfect for storytelling about us, our stories, graphic storytelling. And Ron has experienced this. I'll ask him to share a little bit about what he saw with his eyes and how we created a narrative storytelling about Ron, his family, his time in the Navy, and background and time with FinFit Life. And now think about this, guys. Now, I've been in the direct response industry for decades, okay? But now there's all of these directories out there, amazing directories. The Walnut Creek Chamber, Joe, has a directory of members. And what is in that directory of members? Their name, their phone number, what they do. But I think the phone number is really key. Because you can text them a video of your story right from that directory. So I call it business directory response media marketing. This is a little pun, plan, direct response media, but you can really target the super affluent cities of the world. There's about 50 of them. Walnut Creek is up there. Lafayette is the 14th wealthiest community in America. And so we can really target these cities. We don't need anybody. You don't have to belong to the Chamber of Commerce. I love the chamber. I'm in my chamber, but you don't have to belong. You can go right into the directory and you can target people instantly, and you can learn how to tell your story in a very profound and a very direct manner. So what I really want to do, though, is I want to use this correspondence school and focus on people to monetize the free correspondence school with affiliate programs. Now, I will interview anybody to help help the cause to learn about AI. But if I interview you and you don't have an affiliate program, do me a favor and be a friend in commerce and invite people, to connect with me or to us. Now, Maury, I think you are a member of the Great Discovery. Am I right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Okay. So I've created the AI Supercampus, and it's going to be promoting, and I have a bunch of free stuff on there for the correspondence school. It's going to be promoting the Great Discovery, but you don't have to join the Great Discovery. You can get my free courses on the AI Supercampus that promote AI business networking, and we're going to promote the health groups like WellWave Now. And I connected to, I was at the Lafayette Community Day all day Saturday, picking up trash and helping our community. It's really cool to connect with really wealthy people picking up trash. Everybody kind of lets their hair down, and you really get to know people really well. So that's the update. I'm kind of getting away from networking itself. I mean, I will do it. And I want to do it with masterminds. Like Breck has a great mastermind on Thursday, but doing networking for the sake of networking when we can help. There's better ways of networking than going to networking events, and you can do it 24/7. You can do it, while you're doing other stuff. You can do it remotely. You can shoot somebody a video, storytelling. So. That's what I've really been struck by. It's pretty dramatic. And when I see something, I move at the speed of TV news. I have to report on it. But what I really want to do is research. So I have a form on AI business networking. And if you go to AI business networking and you click on the form, you can tell me, man, I'm struggling. This is not working. Man, I'm exhausted. I'm really not happy. I'm not happy with this or that or the other thing. I don't understand AI. I hate AI. I don't care what you want to tell me, but if you want to be on my YouTube channel show about what's working and what's not working, just put that in the form. Tell me what you want to talk about. And then I want to interview you about what is working. And if it's FinFit Life that's working for you and how you're helping people save money and by walking or exercising or podcast listening, that's what I want to talk about is like I say, it's about what's working and what's not. Research is valuable, okay? So you can go off and waste a ton of time trying to shoot here and there, But if you have research and there's nobody better on the planet Earth at research summarizing than AI. So I'm gonna do about 30 more seconds about why that is true, and then we'll go into networking. But let me tell you why it's true. With the forms and with the data, I can take the data that everybody that I interview or who connects with me and put it into AI, and AI can analyze it and summarize it and explain what in all of this milieu is the patterns. What are the patterns? It will tell us what the patterns are. And from those patterns, it tells us what is the common sense. What's common among all of these patterns? What do we all have in common? It can tell us what we have in common. So when I'm talking to Maury about something, I can talk to Maury about what AI tells me is his common sense with me. So when I'm talking to him, he can be thinking, oh, okay, yeah, that makes common sense to me, Mike. That makes sense. So I'm going to be focusing on common sense, okay? The thing that we all have in common and how we can learn that from AI. So I want to focus on the common sense, the common ground, and the commonwealth of the community, the prosperity that we can bring to our group, ourselves, our businesses, and the greater community of our cities, globally, the world, and cities around the world. So I'm totally stoked, and I'm focusing on teaching directory response networking with media marketing. And I have a way to get my podcast and my YouTube channel ranked number 1 or 2 on Google or YouTube. And I'll be using that with the interviews that I do with you guys. So that being said, I have to go first to Tommy Tong, who is my champion of helping me with Zoom. I've known Tommy for years and years and years, as I have Ron Horry. But Tommy volunteered to be my co-host because I do want to grow this. I will do speed networking, but I'm also going to point people to Alex Hitt's speed networking events and to Breck Rice's networking events. So if anybody has really cool networking events, I want to point them out. I don't want to put them on. I'll put them on, but I really want to go to them and I want to help you guys make the most of them. So that being said, take it away, Tommy Tong. You can't go wrong with this, man. Tommy Tong.
Well, I got the breakout rooms ready, so I don't know if Mike, let's do a breakout
Well,
room and then we'll come
let's
back.
do that. Who wants to do a breakout room? We can do 1-to-1 breakout rooms. You want to do that? Who wants to do that or not? Or you just want to talk to the group?
No one wants to do breakout rooms?
I'm
Show of
looking
hands.
around.
Anyone
I'm
want to do
looking around the
breakout rooms
group.
or?
Yeah, I'm looking around the group and I know everybody. It's great. We can stay together or we can
Sure.
go in breakouts. So
As we grow, that's the idea. We want to grow. We want to scale. Networking groups are either growing or shrinking and disappearing because you can't exist in the universe without either growing or shrinking. So why don't we just all kind of talk in common? Maybe somebody knows a great networking event. Maybe somebody wants to talk about what they would like me to interview them about. Or network about, or my correspondence course. So anyway, Tommy, why don't you tell us a little bit more about you personally and your
Yeah,
business?
sure. I think, well, one of the things I do is I help people with living insurance. So Ron and I are in the same team, but we help people differently. We meet different people, but I like to share that I do living insurance, life insurance you can use while you're alive. A lot of people don't know about life insurance in that detail, but that's where Ron and I can both help out to explain some of those features. One of the features I always showcase is we've got policies. Insurance companies said, hey, let's provide policies that provide the income if you get diagnosed with an illness like heart attack, stroke, cancer. So common nowadays that those funds are needed because when those illnesses strike, right, a lot of times people need that income. Your income takes that illness as well. So the policies, the funds that get provided are not restricted. Like sometimes there's long-term care or that you can only use for medical purposes, but these can be used for many things. Some of our clients actually use the funds to get better because there was treatments outside of the U.S. And the other focus is when was the last time you were rewarded for being healthy? So with FinFit Life and Vitality Program, which is kind of a gamified health, right? Sleep, eating, and doing exercise. When you're doing those things, they give you rewards for it. To get you started, they get you a Fitbit or iWatch for free. And then there's other features that are provided to you to help you to stay healthy and just have that peace of mind as well. So good referrals for me are people in insurance to see if they want to add this to their portfolio. So we're always looking to expand. And then if you know anybody who is in that life transition or had some life change, either got married, had kids, or bought a house, then I'd love to talk with them. My tagline for Living Insurance: you don't have to die to use. Can't go wrong with Tommy Tone.
All right, thank you, sir. Now I introduced Joe. Joe, I interviewed him recently. He was kind enough to share a bad thing that happened to him. And I was involved in it. So I was almost a victim. We were both victims. He was the worst victim. So why don't you talk a little bit about that story? Because one of the things we have to learn about is AI media literacy. Now, this had to do with email. And kind of scamming that happened to Joe, and how you don't want that to happen to you. That's just a taste of what is possible now with the AI illusionists who are have ill intention for our money. So, Joe.
Okay, and I got two stories to tell today. But I'm Joe Ivanetti. I'm in Walnut Creek. I've known Mike since about 2016, so we go way back. A number of years ago, I got it. My email was hacked, and everyone in my email system got a request for money. Buy $400 worth of credit cards at Walmart or CVS, what have you. And I had a number of people who did that. And I also had people that were contacting me saying, "Hey, Joe, what's going on? Do you need money?" So I had to check into it. I did some research in real time. And I was able to get Apple and one other entity, I don't remember, get my friend's money back. But at the same time, you're meeting people all the time. When they get and they see an email where you're asking them for money, it seems like a scam. They think you're scamming them. And I lost some potential clients that way. It was a real bummer. The latest thing that happened to me about a month ago, I was multitasking. I was doing a lot. I was looking at email, and I clicked on an email. Turns out it was a porn email. I get 25 porn emails now a day, and I got to erase them all. I got to talk to my IT person. How can we get this off the system? But it's a real drag. So I urge you to be really careful with your email. It's dangerous. Just like AI. And there's a lot of positive things about AI, but AI is not perfect. If you're using AI, you got to check it, whatever it is. I just heard a report on NPR yesterday where some researchers were using it. The AI was fabricating research articles and giving them as references. So now you're a researcher, you've done your research using the AI, you reference what it tells you, and you're propagating a bunch of bullshit. So you gotta be really careful about AI. But it's a very powerful tool. It's gonna get better as the days go by, as the weeks go by, as the years go by. It's not gonna go away. It's with us to stay. But it's not something you just should take as 100% truthful. You always gotta do your research on top of the research you're doing with AI.
Okay, here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to come back to Joe in a minute, clear our minds, clear the slate, and let him talk about his business solely so that you can really make that memorable in your mind now. But I want to give you an example of this. Joe and I met in a networking event, and we've gotten to know each other over the years. He's a friend, okay, a lovable guy. So I get an email from Joe, and I'm an expert at this, supposedly, okay? And so I get an email from my friend, okay? So Mike, hey, I'm out of the country. Could you say, I need a gift certificate sent to somebody, lovable guy. So emotionally, I'm going, okay, yeah. And my wife goes, what are you, nuts? Literally. And so I call Joe and I go, hey, Joe, did you? No. And he goes, that happened to a bunch of friends of mine. So think about that. Think how vulnerable we are in friendship and emotionally. Okay, when we're not thinking about technology or a scam, we're thinking about our friend and trying to do them a solid. Okay, so we are all very, very, very emotionally vulnerable. So anyway, let's now go to Breck, and we'll kind of change gears here and talk about health and WellWave now. I met some great people at the event, Breck, that I want to introduce to you regarding mental health. And so anyway, tell us about WellWave now, if you would.
Yeah,
and also the referral group.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, Mike. It's been fun to come to these when I can make them. And so I had a few minutes, wanted to hop on and say hi to some friends in here. So it's great to see everybody. Yeah, WellWave Now, this came from a spinoff of some social media, outreach that I did on a platform that I had no business being on, because no one wants to see an old bald guy on social media. But Alex Hitt, you mentioned him earlier. He suggested to get to the individual person rather than B2B people. Try TikTok, and that blew up and have gone viral on many many of my videos on there. So a lot of questions from patients, wanting to know what some good alternatives might be in different medications. And so that's why we started the WellWave Now group, is to kind of help those patients. So we want to try to help them when we can. And so we've put together a weekly interactive podcast that happens on Tuesdays, an hour after Mike's meeting here. So 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. We do an interactive podcast, which is now live on TikTok at the same time too. So we're getting, I think last time was our first time we went live. We had over 1,000 people that came in to the group. So we just have a good discussion. Today will be on hypertension or high blood pressure at 1 o'clock today, Pacific.
All right, very cool. So I just got the word from Maury that it's okay. I'll just do a light little introduction. I can't do his whole story, but he has been challenged his whole life, as many of us have, psychologically in some different degrees, and had some serious challenges. But what he did is he dealt with them, and he wanted to find a way. So he did an awful lot of research and trial and error on his own. And, there's no harm in personal experiences and learning from them, and using your own creativity to come up with some amazing solutions. And so neurologically, and that's kind of part of his background there, if you have any challenges, or you'd like to talk to someone that has had experience with neurological challenges and success with neurological solutions, you really should have a personal conversation with Maury to find out what the real situation is, the real story is. So is that okay, Maury? Okay, very cool. So now somebody that I've been working with in a lab, in a correspondence school. And Ron, I'm going to add the correspondence school to what we are doing on Fridays. I'm going to start coaching with the correspondence school with live. But if you want to learn about directory response, that will be in the correspondence school for free. Okay, that coaching will be free in the AI Supercampus. I am going to expand my Friday meetings that I'm working with Ron on at 9 o'clock, and have been for over a year, teaching him about media marketing and how we're going to expand with directory response. And I'm going to start charging $10 a month for 4 1-hour weekly meetings about AI business networking. If you want to learn AI business broadcasting, that is going to be $19.97 a month for 4 weekly. Oh, here's Dr. Bob Levine. Cool. For 4 weekly trainings and teaching you directory response and helping you to tell your story and helping you create a narrative story with graphics and really powerful new AI technologies that I want to share with you. So I just kind of put that out. So anyway, Ron, sorry. When Bob came in, I got distracted. So easy to do. Okay, Ron Horry, take it away and tell us a little bit about your experience with the narrative storytelling AI too, if you would.
Yes, thank you very much, Mike. Well, your narrative storytelling is that's a whole session in itself. But I think what you're doing on the leading edge of researching AI tools to help with not only networking but storytelling, walking, talking, podcasting, and so on. It's been kind of an information overload for me in a good way. And like you were saying, you really need to be cautious about what you believe in and what AI returns to you. So thank you so much. And I'm glad I was able to log in to learn more about what you're going to be doing on Friday. That's definitely awesome, because every time we meet, you and I, you have always found another tool to add to your large toolbox for AI. So thank you very much for that. So briefly, so Tommy Tong and myself, we're part of a company called FinFit Life. And I won't repeat what Tommy said, but in short, our company stands for financial fitness, physical fitness, and lifestyle. So our primary movement is about health. We want to help people improve their health and make it fun. We use gamification to reward people for healthy living, walking, eating, checkups, and so on. And the rewards are gift cards and also discounts on financial products. So we deal with the fitness part and also financial part. And we have access to about almost a dozen different service carriers for all types of protection, insurance, and different types of needs like that. So we want people to be healthy, live longer, live healthier, and also be more financially secure. Specifically, a lot of seniors are concerned about running out of money in retirement, and long-term care costs are another huge critical issue. So we want to educate people on options that are available. It's never too early to start planning, and it's never too late. So thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Ron. All right, let's change it up here a little bit and go to Craig.
Hey, I just want to say hello to everyone. It's been a long time since I saw you, Mike. It's been a long time since I touched base. I've been traveling a lot. And speaking of AI, we signed up a customer recently called TensorWave. What they do is AI cloud computing. They came out of nowhere and they partnered with AMD, which is very different because whenever you think of like heavy cloud computing, you think of NVIDIA, who pretty much owns the market. And so this startup is booming. And I just got back from Las Vegas last week. I was at their AI networking event that they had in Las Vegas, where they're trying to build a tech hub, AI tech hub in Vegas. And I think the stuff you're doing, it makes me smile because really no one knows what we're doing yet. We're still trying to figure it out, right? And it's moving so fast. And there's a lot of special ways that it could help us. And there's also a lot of ways it could not help us, right? I was at an event called Democratize earlier this year, I think in March in San Francisco. And that was all about AI and Web3 companies. And what I thought that was cool about that event was that there were some bigwigs from pretty big companies like Bain & Company, Yamaha, like motorcycle manufacturer, or DoorDash. And they were building like an AI community in San Francisco. And instead of like doing their own thing, let's all come together and try to like figure this way out and see if we could bounce ideas off each other. But they always kept saying for the good, because you can also do a lot of bad stuff with AI. So yeah, it's good to hear that you're on the AI train. Don't be afraid of it. Definitely learn about it. There's a lot to learn. Am I an expert? No, I'm not an expert, but I'm loving the learning part of it. The TensorWave, that one excites me because that's the cloud computing. Like AWS is like what our company uses for, to host our like all of our SaaS products. Google has their own hosting, but this cloud computing, it needs really big infrastructure of like hardware, like GPUs, CPUs, servers, so the stuff they're doing, they need bandwidth. And so to hear like a startup doing that with AMD, that's pretty exciting. Check them out when you get a chance. It's called TensorWave. Very cool company.
Yeah, Craig, let me ask you about that because, we've invested in NVIDIA as a stock. And I think I'd love to start an AI investing company about, so if there's a hot IPO or, if you hear about one, let's share it. Let's get in early on some of these things because
check out TensorWave. Like no joke. If I wasn't so happy,
is that a public stock offering yet? It's not.
No, they're a startup, and literally they are hiring like crazy as we speak. And
they are, because my kids are looking for a gig. So
no joke. Like if I wasn't happy at Tipalti, I'd probably jump on the TensorWave. That one excites me.
Okay, put it in. Can you put it in the chat box?
Sure.
For us, please. Cool. Okay. So let's see now, Eva. If I hit everybody, I'm going to go back to Joe.
Eva departed, I think.
She did. Okay, too
Dr.
bad.
Bob is here and Nelson.
Okay, I can't see everybody, so if you could help me out, Tommy. Nelson is not a real person, I don't think. He's never really come on camera. This entity just comes for some reason. So let's go to Dr. Bob, and then we'll end with Joe Ivanetti.
Hi, everybody. I was hidden from camera because I'm sort of on my phone and I'm helping somebody move right now. So, but it's great to be on the call with you guys. And what are we doing, Mike? Am I just describing what I do a little bit? Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, if you would. And you could also mention Well Wave and getting everybody to go there and hook up.
Well, yeah, we've got Well Wave going at 4 o'clock today. I know Breck will say something about it too. 4 p.m. and Eastern time coming up soon, and we're talking about high blood pressure and everything people need to know about that to get themselves out of it if they have it, or if they have a relative who's got it. You want to know how to get out of it. We're going to have some answers for people, so that'll be fun. I'm a holistic health guy. I specialize in helping people relieve chronic pain and stress and whatever symptoms of stress-related illnesses they have, which can be anything from sleep disturbance, anxiety, fatigue. But the thing that I focus mostly on is chronic pain, like back and neck, shoulders, hip, knee, etc., because people want answers to chronic pain problems. That's the number one thing people want answers to. And I've proved in clinical trials, as you know, Mike, with several thousand people, that the modalities I use over the internet, I have an internet-based practice with clients from all over the world, and I can teach people what they need to know and what they need to do with my guidance to get themselves out of pain. It really works well. So if you know somebody who's in chronic pain, please refer them to me. I'd appreciate that.
All right, very cool. One quick question for Craig. I opened the site. Now, is this an enterprise level, or is this for entrepreneurs or anybody, or what do you know about that?
They do cloud computing, Mike. So like for companies that are running AI applications, they want to use companies like this.
All right, so enterprise level. All right, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, time for what Joe actually does as a living. So take it away, Joe.
Okay, Mike. I'll give you a little bit about my background. I'm a geologist. I owned a co-owned a geoscience consulting firm. And in 2014, I decided to become a business consultant. And I've been doing business consulting now for almost 10 years. What I'm currently focused on is commercial loans. I work both with traditional and private equity groups to fund companies. And what's interesting is on the private equity side, I have two programs. One that multiplies the deposit by 10 times. And another that, but it has to, the project has to adhere to the environment, social, and governance criteria that's been laid out in the Infrastructure Act that was passed by Congress a few years ago. And then I have another private equity group that multiplies the deposit by 4 times, and they'll fund any type of commercial project. So if you know companies that want to look at debt financing and multiply the funding that they have and to be able to expand or whatever they want to do, give me a call. Mike, you mentioned about investments. I got a client that's opening up his firm to investors. Let's talk offline, and I'll give you the background. It might be something you're interested in. You may know someone that's interested.
Yeah, well, like I say, and I don't mean to keep beating on this, but I think it's important to recognize that we are networking globally, okay? Dr. Bob is in Florida, and I had a friend who was ill, and I networked the two of them together, and he flew Dr. Bob out from Florida to Lafayette because Lafayette is a very affluent community. Well, it doesn't matter that we're an affluent community. It's access to affluence, okay? That's what's important. And that's why I'm teaching directory response networking. So you can go into the directories of Lafayette, of Walnut Creek, there's 50 of the wealthiest communities around the country. And, you can go in and network with them directly, invite them to a networking event, invite them to learn about AI. There's so many different ways that we can grow this in a really smart way and stay in tune with AI that I find it just very, very exciting. So please check out the AI Supercampus. I'll post this on it, and I will use our tech for SEO, super SEO, to make it rank number 1 or 2 on Google within a couple of days. So that's something I'm bringing to the table, and that will be part of the AI Supercampus. So we've got some exciting things, and I love the idea of a networking group that looks at investment. So we can maybe look at the Max Community Money Club, and maybe they'll look at some of that in AI. So I think that's about it. I don't want to keep you guys, but Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific time is the referral group. Well Wave Now is in 1 hour or 2 hours?
40 minutes.
I said 40 minutes. And you put the link in.
I did. Yep. I
Okay,
could
cool.
put it
All right,
in the-
guys. Any questions?
Yeah, Mike, I just want to let you know I put my contact information in the chat, and we should all save the chat if we want to.
Okay, good idea. Good advice. Please save the chat and let's network. So thanks for being here, guys. I'm doing a lot of really cool research and I'm going to be helping you with it, but I want you to help me with your research too, so we can do peer-to-peer, research and help people know what's real and what's not.
Sounds great,
Thanks,
Mike.
Mike.
Thanks,
Mike.
everybody.
Good seeing you guys.
Yeah, good
Nice
to
to
see
meet
you.
Good day.
Thank you, Mike.
Bye-bye.
All take care.